Afghanistan has been one of the most controversial countries over the past few decades. Still, due to increasingly difficult situations, you might have never expected it to work on a revolutionary mega project. If I were right, you'd be surprised to see what's coming. While Afghanistan has been nothing but a war wreck full of war and poverty over the past few decades, they've been working on Asia's largest artificial river, and it's right in the desert. Pretty unique, right? Whether it's poverty, war, or thousands of political problems, Afghanistan has proved itself as one of the biggest innovators in Asia, especially with this new half-built river. So, before we dive deep into the topic, subscribe to the channel for more. And now, let's get started. The project's name is the Qosh Tepa Canal that Afghanistan is building itself, meaning that there's no foreign aid, even on the engineering side. For a country that has always been in the midst of wars, that's quite impressive. Once completed, it will be one of the longest and largest irrigation canals in the world. So what exactly is the Qosh Tepa Canal? Why is Afghanistan building an artificial river, and how are they pulling it off? We're going to cover everything in this video, so stick to the end. Firstly, let's talk about the river. The Qosh Tepa Canal is a canal being built in northern Afghanistan, and the sole purpose is to divert water from the Amu Darya River. Right now, the main canal is expected to be around 285 kilometers long, and the overall initiative leans towards converting 550,000 hectares of deserts into farmland. This would give Afghanistan a lot of irrigation benefits. The Taliban government has made this canal a priority, and the construction has already begun, starting in early 2022. Right now, almost half of the canal is already being built, and we can see it from the images supplied by Planet Labs. From April 2022 to February 2023, more than 100 kilometers of canal were excavated. And when we look at the international sentiments and engineers, many have raised concerns about how the Taliban government doesn't have enough resources or the expertise to build a project this big without causing some sort of mess. The public thinks that the government doesn't have the know-how to complete the canal effectively, and that financing the whole project will come at a cost they aren't expecting. The canal is 152 meters wide and 8.5 meters deep, and is being built in northern Afghanistan. That extends right from the Amu Darya River and passes to the other two provinces. The Taliban government is amplifying the process because of the increasing water and food shortage. Nevertheless, the country is still struggling, but the government aims to improve it for the general well-being of people. And while we're at the topic, we know that the Amu Darya River isn't just in the vicinity of Afghanistan, but there are other countries like Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan that come into play. Uzbekistan is the main downriver country that could be potentially affected by it. The country has shown concerns that the new river might hurt its agriculture and irrigation system. Moreover, in 2023, Uzbek officials also held talks with the Taliban on this matter, but there is no agreement to be found anywhere. Others have also raised concerns that the canal might make the Oral Sea situation worse by diverting more water from Amu Darya. For now, Afghanistan has vowed not to allow such a thing to happen. But why has the need for the Qosh Tepa Canal even occurred? Well, for the past few decades, North Afghanistan has had a plethora of problems. Due to global warming, lack of irrigation systems, and poor groundwater reservoirs, the country is battling with its fair share of problems. After the plan of this canal was formed, it would theoretically provide water to over 1 million Afghanis, while simultaneously allowing thousands of farmers to move back to agriculture and make their living from it. Not only will this solve the necessities of people, but it will also boost the ability to produce food in the country. This would be possible by converting 550,000 hectares of desert into farmable land, focusing on grains and wheat into the equation. Interestingly enough, the country aims to become one of the biggest wheat exporters by 2028. When it comes to the construction, the first and second phases incorporate the actual digging of the canal, while the third phase is all about installing the water irrigation system, which would be the key here. The geniuses behind this project are the Afghani National Development Corporation, funded by the government from tax revenue. So, how much does the project cost? Well, when the project was first announced, it was projected at a whopping $500 million. Still, recent estimates predict that the government might need an additional $100 million to complete the project. But this makes us wonder how Afghanistan handles such a huge project with a limited budget and old equipment. The media outlets have been rather negative towards the Qosh Tepa Canal, saying that it is being built in poor conditions, carelessness, and the engineering methods seem outdated too. But this seems so odd because, in our research, we found out that the government fully funded the project professionally, and all sorts of careful research methods were done. Everything seems to be going in the right direction, from land surveying to soil studies. The engineers even consider the location where the canal would be built, and chose the most fertile area for farming benefits. It is built in a way where it has all the agricultural benefits, while it is close to towns and villages along the way. Once the canal started construction, the government hired 200 different contractors that were spread across 114 different sections, representing the first phase that extended to around 108 kilometers. With all the action, right now, the project is still under work and is being built as we speak. The Afghan government wants the best for its people, the country, and every nearby country. Talking about today, the project is in its second phase, which is 177 kilometers long. There's a lot of digging, with many trucks and excavators working in sync to cater to the second phase of this project. And whatever they dig, they would go to the nearby designed low elevation area to dump them, meaning there's no heap of sand or any dirt or pollution anywhere. Moreover, once a section is removed and approved by the contractors, the machines move to the next place and do the exact same thing. This will go for all 177 kilometers till the project reaches its third phase. The first step in this project incorporates the construction of 14 hydraulic gates that are also topped by a bridge used by vehicles. The gates would protect the country from floods during winter and heavy rainy periods. Moreover, all 114 sections are separated by a few meters wide dirt wall. This was done to control the filling process and to prevent soil displacement at the banks. This convinces us that all the work is being done in high quality and impressively. Part of a major network of irrigation pipelines is added to the completed Phase 1, and this system would provide farmers with water access directly from the canal. Instead of getting water and building wells everywhere, this system is more efficient and will allow farmers to yield more results without suffering from lack of water. And if you're wondering how much hard work is being pumped into the canal, during the first phase, 1 million cubic meters of soil was removed daily, which is quite impressive considering that the budget was limited for such a colossal project. But what's more interesting and rather funny is that most of the trucks they used to remove the soil were old, and some were from the 90s. Other than all this, a 20-kilometer area was also planted with various crops to test the soil and effectiveness of the current irrigation system. The future plans of the Qosh Tepa Canal are to complete its construction and begin using it to irrigate farmland in the northern provinces of Afghanistan. The canal is expected to be completed in 2025, and once it's operational, it will be able to irrigate over 550,000 hectares of land. The Qosh Tepa Canal is a major infrastructure project that is expected to have a significant impact on the Afghan economy. The canal is estimated to create over 250,000 jobs, and it will also help to boost agricultural production in the country. In addition to its economic benefits, the Qosh Tepa Canal is also expected to have a positive impact on the environment. The canal will help reduce soil erosion and desertification, and it will also help to improve the quality of water in the region. However, the construction of the Qosh Tepa Canal has also raised concerns among Afghanistan's downstream neighbors, Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan. Both countries are worried that the canal will divert too much water from the Amu Darya River, which is a vital source of water for both countries. The future of the Qosh Tepa Canal depends on the ability of Afghanistan and its downstream neighbors to reach an agreement on water sharing. If the three countries can reach an agreement, the Qosh Tepa Canal has the potential to be a major force for good in Afghanistan. So what do you think? Do you think the Qosh Tepa Canal will reach its fruition? Or will it become a failed project? Let us know in the comments down below. And if you want future videos like these, subscribe to our channel.